Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Beth, and for today's video I just have a good old-fashioned haul for you. So this is going to be what I purchased during the Black Friday sales period, I guess you would call it. So I have Sephora, I have Ulta, I have a few skincare brands. I'll mention some clothes, I guess. So if you want to jump ahead to a particular portion, I will have timestamps down below. And of course, I'll link everything down below. Those are affiliate links, so if you do choose to use them, I do get a small portion of the sale at no cost to you. So thank you in advance if you choose to use those. Let's talk about Sephora first. So in all honesty, I had filmed or started to film this video a couple nights ago, but technology was just not working with me, so I'm refilming. But originally I was trying to get this video up by the end of this current sale that Sephora is running. I'm filming the evening of that sale ending, so I don't think that's going to happen, but I didn't actually purchase anything from that sale, but I'll go through everything I did purchase. So first up, the Tom Ford foundation stick. So I purchased two shades of this. I purchased 0.4 Rose and 0.0 Pearl. These originally retailed for $90, but they were on sale for $45, so half off. And naturally, I bought two different shades.
First rule in government spending. Why build one when you can have two twice the price?
So I have worn this once. Originally, when I just kind of swatched it on my hand, I was a little bit concerned that one of the shades was just really off for me. So that is 0.0 Pearl. And this is, I think, very fair with neutral undertones. I wasn't able to check back on the Sephora website because I think this product is being discontinued or reformulated, one of those, and is not on the Sephora site with a lot of the shades. This is 0.4 Pearl. So I thought that was going to be way too peachy just looking on my hand, but yesterday when I wore this, I actually did use the lighter shade kind of more in the center of my face, and then I used this on the outer portion of my face. So that ended up working really well for me, and I think I'm just going to hold on to both of them. Unfortunately, it's kind of tricky when you know a product is being discontinued, because sometimes I try to purchase a product I know is being discontinued or replaced so that I can compare it to the newer version that's coming out. But in other cases, I'm less likely to use a discontinued product, if that makes sense, like for YouTube purposes. So on my face today, I actually have a different foundation stick. This is the Fenty foundation, and I have it in the shade 1. I didn't purchase this from Sephora. I purchased this from, I think, Ulta a few weeks ago, maybe. But I thought I would just quickly compare it. You can see the Fenty does look lighter, but I don't know. It does, I think, give better coverage. It's pretty similar to that Tom Ford Pearl shade, to be honest. Maybe one is a tad more yellow. So yeah, pretty close. So if you were a huge fan of the Tom Ford foundation stick and you wanted something to replace it with in that shade, I would suggest maybe looking at the Fenty. Like I said, I think they are pretty similar products. I think the Tom Ford is a little bit more natural, but I did want to make sure to kind of test both of them a few times because I'm packing my makeup bag for when we travel next week, and I think the part of the trip that's giving me the most anxiety is the part where we're traveling from London to Germany for like 2 nights, 3 days, and we're not checking a bag. So I have the TSA restrictions basically for all of my makeup and toiletries and all of that. So I'm trying to figure out what solid products I can bring essentially that aren't liquid, and I think this is a really strong contender. So I'll probably be bringing this. I also have for concealer. So the Tom Ford concealer like this is not on sale, so I'm guessing that's sticking around at least for the foreseeable future. I thought about purchasing that during this 20% off sales period, but I think I just kind of waited too long, and then I didn't want to risk things arriving after we went on vacation. So I'm just going to kind of tough it out with what I have. But underneath my eyes, I have the Charlotte Tilbury corrector. which is almost done. I'll probably be bringing this, or I have a backup that's full, so I might bring that one. I did just get from NYX their new complexion sticks. These are the Pro Fix Sticks, and they all say correcting concealer. So I got the green and the, is it peach shades? And this is pink. This one's pink, this one is pale, and this one is fair. Currently I'm wearing fair over the Charlotte Tilbury corrector, and these aren't Sephora products, but that is the green. I think for me, a green color corrector is just not something I really can utilize all that well in my makeup routine, because my take on it, I guess, is that green correctors are best used for like larger areas of redness, and usually when I reach for a green corrector, I want something that's going to be kind of targeting like post-acne, hyperpigmentation, that kind of thing. So that is the pink and the green. The problem I had with this one is just I didn't think it gave enough coverage. So I like the Charlotte Tilbury for that reason. This is the shade Pale. A little bit more of a yellowy tone, I think. Yeah, they are really creamy. I think they do tend to crease a little bit. I just kind of take that as par for the course. And this is the shade that I'm wearing in Fair, that last one. So just a little quick review on that. But yeah, I think I'll be taking this, and I have the Laura Mercier Secret Camouflage. I'm trying to fit all of my makeup into this little kit this time around. What is this? The Laura Mercier Secret Camouflage, yeah. So this is kind of a dual-ended. It has like a brightener type shade and a corrector type shade, which is not like a color corrector. It's just more of a, I don't know, skin tone, I guess. So yeah, I don't know. I might bring this for, that's the brightening shade. I don't know. It doesn't really do much. But the corrector side, I think has a little bit more coverage maybe. And this is in the shade 0.5N. So I think I might bring that just if I need any additional coverage. So yeah, so that was a little bit of a tangent, I guess. So with that order, they did have a gift with purchase. And one thing that irritates me about Sephora is that, one, their gifts with purchase are not as good as Ulta's generally. Like, it's a higher threshold and you don't get as much. But also, once you've redeemed a particular deluxe sample code, which is what these value bags are considered, it won't let you do it again. So you can't either get multiple of the same item, or you can't choose a different like kit if you were to place a second order. So anyway, this is what the bag looks like, and I'll just quickly run through everything that's in here. The Way Scalp and Body Scrub in Melrose, which I actually did purchase a full size of from Ulta, so I'll talk about that later, but really great travel size. I probably will bring one or two of these with me next week. The Sephora Cream Lip Stain, this is a really great kind of classic liquid lipstick, really nice red shade kind of for the holidays, so nice of them to include that. This I tried the other day. This is the YSL Lash Clash, and again, I ended up with the full size of this from Macy's that I'll talk about later, but it still doesn't give me quite what the Tarte Lights Camera Lashes does. So I was happy to be able to try it, but not my favorite. Let's see, the Paradox from Prada Oud Parfum is just one of those little guys. This was, I guess, kind of a generous sample. This is the JLo Serum, that JLo Glow. So I'm not sure if I'll end up using that or not, but it was a pretty decent sample. The SK2 Pitera Facial Treatment Essence. The Tom Ford Soleil Neige. This is, again, just one of those little guys. And then just some packet samples. So the First Aid Beauty Face Cleanser. This is actually a pretty good cleanser for like a second cleanse, like making sure you really get all the makeup off and everything. I like using this with like a Freo, that kind of thing. So normally I'm not a huge fan of these, but they do come in handy in situations where you have a very limited amount of space for travel toiletries. So I might throw that in there. The Cali Ray So Blown Clean Blurring Primer with collagen peptides. The Herbivore Moon Dew with 1% bakuchiol peptides retinol alternative eye cream. I think I have a full size of this, and I don't use a retinol eye cream every night. It's just kind of an occasional thing, and I do actually think I need to use one again because I'm getting a little bit of like dead skin that I need to kind of exfoliate. The Jisoo Honey Infused Hair Wash and Conditioner. Again, these are good for those like quart-sized bags if you have a very limited amount of space. And then finally, the Moroccan Oil Blonde Perfecting Purple Shampoo and Conditioner. I think I also got this sample of the Maison Louis Marie Eau Parfum in number 12. So that has notes of Italian bergamot, Valencia orange, and white ginger flower. And then I'm not sure what the other sample was that I got with this order because I think they substituted it for something else. So just as well, really. All right, so another order kind of pre-Black Friday that I snagged was the House Labs palette, the Eye Library eyeshadow palette, and this is the number 2 Super Neutrals variation. I filmed kind of a House Labs full face, I guess, or like an overview of the brand, and I had one of their older palettes from kind of before the rebrand and relaunch, and I wasn't super impressed with it. I've also heard kind of mixed things about this. I picked it up when it was marked down to $34.30, which I think was about a 30% discount over the original like $50 price point almost. They have since lowered it to $24.50, so that's half off. And this didn't get great reviews. I will say the packaging, eye-catching, but it's also kind of annoying. I find that I have a little bit of a hard time opening it, and I think the first time I did open it, I kind of stuck my finger into one of the shades. Really, really kind of narrow mirror there. I think Tati called it like a harmonica. But yeah, anyway, it has gotten kind of not so great reviews, but I've been pretty impressed with it. So I'm wearing this today, and basically I have all the matte shades kind of in my crease with the darker shade mostly in the outer corner, and then I have this shade just all over the lid. So I've done this look twice now. I think it's a really pretty kind of neutral, pretty neutral anyway. I look for, especially someone with my complexion, I can understand why someone, especially with a deeper complexion, would have trouble with these mattes because they are a little bit more, like there's no fallout basically. So if that's a, concern for you, then this would be a good palette. But the mattes do take a little bit of effort to build up, which could be a good or a bad thing depending on your preference. They are a little bit more like the Natasha Denona Cream to Powder formula or like the Lisa Eldridge matte formula. Yeah, I am not sad that I picked this up. I did have a moment where I was like, crap, now they've lowered the price. I don't know if Sephora does price adjustments. I had a moment where I was thinking about returning it and then repurchasing it, especially when I had the 20% off. It would have been like a $20 palette. But if you're looking for like a not too expensive Christmas gift, this is the like olive glitter type shade. That's really pretty. I think this would be maybe a fun little stocking stuffer or a gift for a friend. So yeah, so I'm not sad that I picked it up. I was kind of managing my expectations before I tried it, but I've been pleasantly surprised. So my deluxe sample for this order was just the Glossier Eau Parfum. This is, again, just a little sprayer, which is kind of annoying that this was considered a deluxe sample. I feel like this should just be one of those, like, you just pick it at checkout kind of thing. But I don't think I've tried Glossier Eau. I keep wanting to say Eau, but it's Eau. Yeah, and I like it. I don't think I would like it on me as much. Like, I would enjoy it on someone else, but it's not something I think I want to wear. It's kind of like a warm, musky scent. Let's see how they describe it. So they say, creamy, sparkly, clean, and warm. Glossier Eau Eau Parfum adapts to your unique skin chemistry. I think all perfumes kind of do that, but anyway. An addictive musk with earthy iris root and spicy pink pepper. It's familiar but elevated, and it smells a little different on everyone because you are the most important ingredient. So that's kind of my thoughts on that fragrance. I know it is pretty popular. And then I also got a sample of the Nest Madagascar Vanilla and the Mugler Alien Goddess. So, like I said, this is kind of what you can just normally pick out, but Glossier was special, I guess. And this is actually a pretty generous sample because this is a perfume oil, so it's a lot more concentrated. And this kind of vial, like, I think you could possibly just buy like an empty little roller ball from Amazon or something and then decant this into it. But yeah, I've tried their, I think, rose and citrus, is it like Sicilian orange maybe, perfume oils, and they're nice. So yeah, I figured why not give this a shot. I generally enjoy most Nest fragrances, both home fragrance and perfume, I guess to a lesser extent. Which reminds me, I think they just launched a new lychee rose fragrance, which I'm kind of intrigued by. I do love rose scents. I think that's probably my favorite note in perfume. So if I had placed an order, there was a good chance I would have ordered that. And I was kind of thinking about possibly comparing it to the new Kayali fragrance because that's also kind of a lychee rose scent. And if you are interested in the new Kayali scent, I noticed that there's a new fragrance sampler set at Sephora that includes it. So I think I posted it on my community page. Again, it's kind of after the sale now, so it's not as good of a deal, but I think you save maybe $4 on purchasing the fragrance outright if you get the kind of discovery set and then you redeem it for the full size. So this last order from Sephora, so this is when they did the 25% off through Klarna or Afterpay, and those are the services where it breaks it up into 4 payments over, is it like an 8-week period? And I know people have different thoughts on that, so I totally understand if that's not your thing, but it did allow you to get 25% off at Sephora for a maximum discount of $50, I believe. So $200 was kind of the sweet spot for maximizing that discount. So that is what I did. So I got a new travel size of the Way Leave-In. I've talked about this before, gone through countless full-size bottles, and I had another mini that I was just refilling, but it was getting a little bit kind of worn looking, so I decided to just replace the kind of bottle and obviously the product inside. So love that. And I also got the Makeup Forever pencil in Wherever Walnut. The cool thing about the Klarna discount, which is what I did, the actual like page on Sephora shows the full amount, but then when you go through Klarna to check out, it shows the discount. And so any products that were like on sale, I don't think you needed a discount code for Makeup Forever. I think everything was automatically marked down 30%. So this was already 30%, and then I got an additional 25% on top of it. And we also could use like a code as well. So I ended up getting a deluxe sample that I'll talk about. So I just removed, by the way, I should have said this first. I just removed this Inky List Tripeptide Lip Balm. And, you know, this kind of went viral. I don't usually have a problem with like an unscented lip balm, that kind of thing. It's not horrible, but it's not like the most pleasant kind of feeling or taste, I guess, either. So basically why this is special is that it has a certain type of peptide that is supposed to like help the lips look fuller over time as you use it. And from what I understand from Stephanie Marie, it actually helps the kind of outer perimeter of your lips look darker. And this and I guess the Drunk Elephant lip balm both have that ingredient. I really enjoy the Drunk Elephant lip balm, honestly, better. So I think that was something that was kind of sold out for a while, at least on like the Ulta website. So I don't know. In the future, I'd probably just go for the Drunk Elephant. But I just wanted to kind of apply this for you. It's actually a really good shade for me, I think. Not quite as creamy as some other ones, but you still can kind of fill in your line. And I did have, the remnants of some of that lip balm on. Yeah, so I picked this up. I'd already purchased Wherever Walnut from Makeup Forever directly whenever they were having their last like 30% off sale. I just want to quickly swatch it next to, this is Iconic Nude. I think this one is a little bit of kind of a stiffer formula. This one, you can just see like actually that's pretty close to Iconic Nude. This Charlotte Tilbury pencil is just a little bit less defined, I guess, although I haven't sharpened this one recently. Where is this Pillow Talk? Yeah, so Pillow Talk is going to be a little bit pinker. I think Iconic Nude might be a little bit of a kind of better comparison, but I just kind of wanted to see what all the fuss was about. Probably apply something over the liner in a minute. So yeah, so I picked that up kind of out of curiosity. I also got the Mario highlighter, which I talked about in my like kind of full face of Mario video that I did, and I will say the packaging is more luxurious than I thought it was based on the pictures online. So I guess it's plastic. It almost feels metal. It almost feels cool to the touch, but it is a magnetic closure. I thought it was just going to be like a snap closure based on pictures on the website. And it does have a mirror to it, which is nice. Let's see. I really need to wash my brushes here. I have too many. But I haven't applied any highlighter, so I thought I would just quickly do that. So yeah, I don't know, kind of wanted to have this in my collection. At some point, I'd like to kind of do a comparison video of different white highlighters. I'd say this one isn't, I don't know. I don't know if it's my favorite one. It is a pretty good price point, but I'm not sure that it quite melts into the skin as much. And maybe that's just because of the shade that I chose, that kind of thing. And one thing that's helpful sometimes is to kind of lightly blend where the highlighter and blush kind of begin. So anyway, kind of satisfied my curiosity on that. I did also pick up this year's kit of the it's called Charlotte Superstar Glow Kit. So it has a mini of the Beauty Light Wand and the, I think, Pinkasm blush. And I picked up this same kit, basically, last year. You can see that she did actually, you know, repackage things, so that's good. Hopefully the products are newer as well. And I never even took this one out of the box because the Pinkasm shade is just not my favorite. I was glad to see that she brought this back because I think this kit retails for $32 full price, and in the full size of the highlighter, which I'm not sure where it ran off to, you know, like this size, this I think is like 42 something. So I just kind of wanted to get a fresh one of these because it is one of my favorite liquid highlighters. This one I think is really easy and seamless to blend into the skin, really good for travel. So partly it was just to kind of have a fresh one, and I know you end up squeezing a lot of the air out, so there's probably more product in there than it may seem. So product-wise or amount-wise, I probably didn't need to replace it, but anyway, I just decided to grab it since it was kind of a limited edition kit. I do hope maybe next year that she does like spotlight with one of the matte beauty blush wands. I think that would be really great, or even just do a full set of all the different colors of this. So that would be my little pipe dream. I do love a mini. Okay, so I got that. I also, I guess, satisfied my curiosity with the YSL Couture Mini Clutch in 100 Stora Dolls. And I have used this. I guess my takeaway on this, it's really beautiful packaging. It's really kind of fun to interact with because it's squishy. And this is the color story, by the way. Whoops. Yeah, it's too heavy. It keeps falling down. So I do like these shades, but I think the biggest problem I had with this particular palette is that this kind of minky brown taupe down here, I really would prefer that to be a matte, and then to have this lighter shade to be kind of, I don't know, maybe like a topper shade. It doesn't do quite enough. And I just found that, I don't know, it was just harder to build up a crease with this shade. Like if you're more into one and dones, or maybe if you have a deeper complexion and you can just rely on that matte brown to kind of do all your crease work, then that's great. But yeah, it didn't quite give me what I wanted. So it's beautiful, but I think I did end up dipping into the Makeup by Mario palette, the Ethereal Eyes palette. So like that matte shade specifically, I ended up dipping into to get like a crease going. So for the price, I think my personal recommendation would be to buy either the Mario or the Natasha Denona, whichever you think you'll get more use out of, because, you know, these are basically the same price. And this palette, you get 12 shades with a variety of finishes. With Natasha Denona, you get like 15, I think. I don't know. I prefer a larger palette, I guess, to have more options. With a quad, you're a little bit more limited by what they choose to give you. And I think this Mario palette, again, talking about what I'll be taking on my trip, I think I will take this because it is a little bit more compact than the Natasha Denona, and really I want kind of a little bit more simplicity and ease with my makeup on vacation. So this does fit, this palette, in this makeup bag. So, you know, in terms of packing and everything, I think this will be a good addition. And this is the Charlotte Tilbury bag, by the way, that I got last year, I think. So also another mini here. I did finally pick up the Westman Atelier blush stick in the shade Petal. I think this is the only mini shade that she has. So I do have this on today, and I also have like bronzer and that kind of thing. It's nice. Is it kind of blowing my mind? Maybe not really. I might still bring it on vacation. I haven't quite decided, but it is a good kind of component, I guess, to travel with. So I don't know. I'm glad I was able to kind of try it out and see what all the fuss was about, but I don't know. It's just a cream blush, really. And then for my deluxe sample, like I said, I got the Dr. Barbara Sturm Hyaluronic Serum. This was 3 mils, which means it's probably worth $30. And this is made in Germany. So I don't know. Again, this is just something I just kind of wanted to try out for myself, because I just remember, I think when this brand first launched, this was kind of their hero product that everyone was talking about. And I followed the podcast Breaking Beauty. They do a lot of different interviews with like people in the industry and creators and brand owners and that kind of thing. And they had an interview with Dr. Barbara Sturm where they were asking her like, why is this so expensive? Basically, it's just a hyaluronic serum, and Barbara Sturm was maybe less than gracious about it. So it kind of left a little bit of a bad taste in my mouth. But I figured, why not? I'll give it a shot. And then I also, unfortunately, had added the KP bump eraser from First Aid Beauty, and I just got a card with nothing attached to it. Again, this is the type of product where when I do get samples, I can like stick them in like the quart size bag and just use them up that way. So it is a nice scrub. Unfortunately, I just got the card. I was trying to keep this on the short side, but it's just very difficult to do that. I'll just quickly mention, I did get this YSL set from Macy's, which had the full size of the Blush Clash mascara that I already talked about, in addition to the Rouge Pure Couture The Bold in number 12. Yeah, I do love the component of the mascara. I might kind of keep it just as like a decorative object, but the formula was just not anything crazy amazing. That kit I think is currently sold out. I think it was a gift set from earlier in the year and it's sold out, but this is the YSL lipstick. I might just throw this on. It is a really nice formula. Maybe a tad pink for this look, but yeah, has a very strong kind of fragrance to it, as a lot of high-end makeup products do. So anyway, that was it from Macy's, I think. And I think I'm actually going to break this into 2 parts because trying to keep these videos a little bit shorter. So anyway, that's going to be it for this part. So I hope you guys, if you purchased anything from Sephora recently, that you're enjoying it. And in general, I hope you're just having a fun holiday season so far. So I hope you guys are all doing well and staying safe, and I will talk to you soon. Bye.